All right, readers and gentle people and all my favourite folkers. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I guess it just occurred to me that I could. And I'm not doing it very well, I know, but every time I try to make this video, my neighbour starts power sawing next door, and it's right across the fence from me, and so it's interrupting, and then the dogs start barking, and I'm losing my thread. Anyways, okay. Fear the Walking Dead just aired its worst episode ever. A lot of people are in the fandom, which is amazing. The show still has a fandom. A lot of people are saying it's so good. It's like original season 3. No, it's not. It's terrible. Madison does the lunge at Charlie that she did at Troy last week, where she like roars and like sort of half-ass lunges. Madison's terrible. I really despise that character, honestly. She's supposed to be using oxygen to breathe, but at one point, power saw. At one point, she's walking through a smoky area next to a burning gas tanker, and she's just fine. The worst part about this episode, though, was bringing back Charlie, who was, by all accounts, was dead. I mean, she was dying from radiation poison in season 7, but she's back and she's fine. And Madison gets to have the confrontation with her about her killing Nick. And so she sends her to kill Troy, and then she forgives her because she learns that Charlie had cremated Nick's body, and I don't understand it, but Charlie's captured. Troy wants to know where Padre is, and Madison's going to tell him, but apparently this is such a big deal that Charlie kills herself. She shoots herself in the head rather than let Madison tell Troy where Padre is. And this just grosses me out. For one thing, it's a cheap trick. They're using suicide as a cheap narrative trick, and suicide is actually something that affects a lot of people's lives. And I personally am I am not one who gets offended easily. Like, suicide in fiction or in movies, it has its place, even if it can be triggering, even if it can be hard for people to watch. But just to use it as a cheap trick, it's like using rape as a narrative turning point or a force for momentum. Like, it's just so cheap. And bringing back Charlie from the dead and killing her off for such a stupid, ridiculous reason, it really pisses me off, honestly. And I'm not even like a Charlie fan. I don't like that character. I didn't like Madison, and I didn't like how they killed her off, but this is in many ways worse. And I honestly think that the people responsible, the showrunners, Andrew Chambliss and Ian Goldberg, should be ashamed of themselves. And AMC and every enabler, Scott Gimple, all the people that made this show, enabled this show to be as shitty and contemptible and execrable as it is. And now using using a suicide to drive this narrative forward and kill off this 18-year-old girl, a teenage girl, teenage suicide in young girls, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's not something to be taken lightly. And here it was used as a cheap narrative trick, and it just pisses me off. I'm with Daniel telling off Madison in this episode that she's a terrible person and something wrong with her. I'm not sure why Luciana is so cold with Daniel. I'm just confused by their relationship. The rest of the episode was just filled with stilted wooden dialogue, bad acting. I'm sorry, but Kim Dickens is just not good in this show. Troy is fine, but he's just a mustache twirling villain. Learning that he has a daughter and that somehow Madison killed her mom. I'm ready to be super disappointed by who that might be. Actually, it would be so awesome if it was Alicia. And Alicia and Troy hooked up and did, for the last 7 years, we're just like, and then I don't know, Madison ran her over with a truck or something. But no, that's not going to happen. Anyways, this was a terrible episode, and I really don't have much more to say about it. I wrote a review at my blog at Forbes, which I will link to in the comment or in the description of this video, and let me know what you thought. But I'm very confused why people are saying this is such a good episode. Is it just because we have the core cast back together? One positive is that at least Luciana was not like a wilting flower Power saw. She was a tough character, but the really silly thing is that she's making gas for Padre. Apparently nobody knows the other people working for Padre. It's like this elaborate organization. And she's using this as cover to deliver those stupid fucking boxes. Like, take what you need and leave what you could spare boxes all over the place. And she's calling herself Polar Bear, like the old trucker from season 5. And they give Charlie the name Iron Tiger. Why do they get names like Polar Bear and Iron Tiger when everyone else at Padre is like Sparrow and fucking Eagle and Blue Jay and Pterodactyl? Wait, Pterodactyl's me. So that's really stupid. That makes no sense. What, Iron Tiger? Anyways, yeah. I had something else I wanted to say, but I'm drawing a blank. It's not good. It's not good, you guys. It's bad. I don't understand how people are saying this is a good episode. You know what it is. Oh, also, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for being such lovely people. And I promise I don't promise I will never do a bad accent at the beginning of a video again. Because I will. When the mood hits me, I will. All right, peace.